Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Carlos Sanchez, aka Sneak Geeks, SNEAKGEEKZ, coming at you with another cryptocurrency video, right? So this is a live stream, and in this video, this is going to be a new segment that I'm going to be doing during the week, and it's going to be called ICO Watch. Initial Coin Offering Watch, because as of late there's like a new ICO every day, and it's really hard to keep track of what's happening and what's not happening, and how to identify projects that are worth paying attention to. And so what I'm going to do, like I do with the news with you folks, is I curate it, right? I go through what's the latest news, and I pick out some things that I think are of most interest, and I'll discuss them. And I plan on doing that with the ICOs, and that's what we're doing today. So as you can see from the title, the ICO that I'm, what's up, Rockanor G, I got you. I'll be answering questions at the end of the video. So, let me just get my timer here. Sure I don't run over. So, the ICO I want to talk about is called Civic. C-I-V-I-C, Civic, like the Honda Civic. Gonna go over the ICO because that ICO is unique. Is some unique offerings in obviously the project itself, but also the way the actual ICO is going down and the coin distribution is going down. So the Civic ICO is a identity management system. It's a way to, they're doing a couple of things, but it's a way to take your identity and put it on the blockchain. In addition to putting your identity in the blockchain, they want to create an ecosystem, an economy around identity. Where, and this is just kind of in a nutshell, I'm going to give you, and then we'll get into more details in depth, is they, like presently when you go to get, let's say, a bank account, or you go to sign up with a utility company for electricity, or for FiOS, or for something like that, you need to provide identity. And that identity needs to be verified and validated, right? That's the hard part. And the thing is that every time you have to do that, you actually have to do that every time. You have to do it at every single institution that you go to. You need to have to get your identity validated. How more efficient would it be if you could do it once and then you're able to share it with these multiple services and institutions that will... yes, someone's asking, is it still open? It is open, but they've had an issue with the Ethereum network is clogged. So it looks like they paused the offering, and we'll get into that. I think it's going to start up again mañana, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific time, from what I was able to glean off the website. So that's what they're doing. They want to provide an easy way for people to put their identity on a blockchain. But you're not actually putting it on the blockchain because it's going to be on your device. So this is a mobile, it's really a mobile-focused app, a mobile-focused service that they want to provide. Your identity is already on your mobile device. Your identity will stay there, but then we're going to take and verify that the identity that's on that mobile device and put it on the blockchain so it doesn't change. So say if you attempt to change your identity, they will see that there was a change, and it would be invalid. You would have to get it verified and validated once again. So that is the gist of it. And the part about, for the user is having your identity easily accessible. You don't have to do it multiple times. You can share it with multiple institutions, organizations like banks, utility companies, and government agencies, potentially once they sign up, as far as the government agencies. And as far as institutions, the ones that go through the process of validating and verifying your identity, they will be able then to monetize that and offer that service to others that could use their verification validation services to other large institutions and companies like other banks and or utility companies and government agencies. So there's a way for them to monetize that. So there's on both ends, there's benefit. And then there's going to be a token to incentivize the institutions that do the validating or the verification of the identity. And in addition, users will be able to earn tokens when using this network and this blockchain. So let's go. At the core of it is an app. And the first place that I go to when I'm checking ICOs is tokenmarket.net. I like their layout, and I like the amount of information that they provide on ICOs. You could pretty much, and all the links that they provide. They provide a lot of links where you can just basically link from here. You'll have all the links pertaining to that particular ICO. You can create an account with them, right? And you could get email alerts and that sort of thing, which I get email alerts from them. So if you look at their website, the top part of their website, it says hot now, prominent upcoming crowd sales, and then it has a link to see the full ICO calendar. Civic is here on the uppermost left, and then you have 21 million. Dent is something that's going to happen. InsureX, BitSequence, and Populous. But we're going just to click on Civic because that's what I'm interested in right now. And that's what this video is about. So as you can see from here, there's 2,700 followers following this particular ICO. It opened, it looks like 2 days ago. And they say they will end in 7 days. Or they'll end when they reach their maximum sell, or their raise, the amount that they wanted to raise. So, like I mentioned, it is a low-cost way to access identity verification and using the blockchain. And it can be used for, like I said, for banking, but it can also be used for logging into websites, which is a whole nother aspect of it. So let's look at the app, because at the core, there's the app. The app is available on Android and iOS. You must use the app. You must get the app if you want to participate in the ICO. This is one of the cool features of this ICO. They're verifying your identity. And they're US based, which is a unique thing to me. A lot of ICOs do not allow US citizens to participate, but here they're US based, and they're allowing anyone to participate. And they're verifying your identity, which is kind of an AML KYC. So they're kind of taking care of that piece, which is pretty cool. Man, I wonder if other ICOs will be able to use something like this, or use their app to do this. So there's the app. You download it. Here's some screenshots of the app. So once you download it, you can enter in your email address and your phone number, and you could get that level of verification. It doesn't have more advanced verification as far as I know. And then when you want to use a website that is a partner with Civic will give you a QR code, like you see here. You see this QR code right here in this screenshot, and you will scan that with your Civic app, and then it will verify. Right? It says, hang on, we're verifying, and then you could share, authorize, crypto bank. You can authorize it, click to send them your identifying information. So pretty cool. So that's how it will work when it's fully, running. Right now, it's from what I understand, it's just being used on the Civic ICO. So this is the website for the Civic ICO, and we're going to go into some more details. But token sale ends, they say, in 5 days, but their cap is 33 million USD, and they're almost there. Right? They've sold $27 million worth of coins. The coins are going for 10 cents per Civic. 10 cents per Civic. They've already raised over 1,800 BTC and over 14,000 ETH. So you need the Civic app, as you see here in the details. It says, in preparation for the crowd sale, use the button below. You get the Civic app, and then you hit test Civic app, and then you get a QR code that pops up. Let me just hit that, and then you'll scan it. So, right here is, let me show you the Civic app. So it's going to ask me to log in. It automatically is set that it logs in via my login from my device. and this is kind of a shot at it. So at the bottom here, if you can see, it says slide to scan a QR, to scan a code. So I'm going to slide that. And then I'm going to aim my camera, which I'm doing right now, at the QR code on my screen. And then I get a check, and it says successful on there. And there's some of my identifying information that I'm showing right now. So pretty cool. And so you need that to participate in an ICO. More details there. If by using Ether, let's see if I already clicked on that. No. I mean, I did earlier. So this is what it's saying to me. Because someone asked, who was it? Yeah, I'm using an iPhone. That's an iPhone I'm using. Someone just asked. That was Samuel. I didn't realize there were more chats here, questions. I'm just kind of was hoping to just do this at the end. So anyway, as you can see here, due to the volume of the public demand during this crowd sale, we have been placed in a queue. I'm in a queue. We're assisting crowd sale participants in order that they arrive in will be shortly. My number is 51,135. Number of users ahead of you, 23,000 ahead of me. Your estimated wait time is 1 hour. Everything is working now. Only $500 max purchases now available. Please notify me when it's my turn. I could put it in my email address. So there is an interesting point there. Only $500 max available. So let's see if we can get into the distribution. The distribution of this crowd sale is going to be done in tiers. In tiers. So let me see if I could read this real quick. There's a minimum or maximum CVC tokens that I could buy during the general sale. Will be sold in purchasing tiers ranging from $50 to $25,000. So as you saw right now, I said the only tier that's available is a $500 tier. So, and you can only purchase once. So if I go in there and I purchase $500 worth of tokens, that's it. I can't purchase any more because they have my identity. They know who I am. And to be able to get in there, you got to verify your identity. So that's all I would be able to purchase. So they're doing that to avoid someone or someone's getting the bulk of the coins, which is fascinating. So a lot of fascinating things in this crowd sale. There is the fact that you have to identify yourself with the Civic app. The fact that they're selling in tiers from $50 to $25,000 tiers, and you can only purchase once. And they didn't say it in that last screen, but earlier I was looking and they said they were clogged and they were holding off on making the sales. So I guess that has updated, and that has updated in my queue, because the last queue, see if I can find it, that I had was this one, and yeah, so that's been updated. So that's what that is. So okay, so let me just talk about the fundamentals of this project. So check out their website. There's a lot of links, but the main link that's in the description. No, you can use your PC to send tokens if your wallet is on your PC. If you're gonna use Ethereum to purchase, you got to make sure you have a wallet. Don't send the Ethereum from an exchange. Have a wallet that's ERC20 compliant. So when you send the Ethereum, they'll be able to track you and be able to send you the CVC tokens back. And then if you're paying in Bitcoin, that's a whole nother thing that I don't have time to get into right now. You have to read the website. So things about the project. I'm going to discuss things that I look at ICOs. First thing I look at is the team. So this team is, I'm going to give it a grade of, and that will probably be in the FAQs. So, and I talked about what the, again, before I do that, I talked about what's the purpose of this project. And it's to provide identity verification at a low cost and putting it on the blockchain. So the ecosystem that they want to create, that entities that will be able to verify, that are So for example, incentives only trustworthy identities verification providers, for example, banks, utility companies, among others. These entities will be able to verify the attributes of the identity of an individual or business to attest to those attributes on a blockchain. The use of smart contracts validators will be able to price their identity verifications. This is what's interesting. And offer them to other participants, resulting in a robust and decentralized identity verification ecosystem. So if you are already an established institution, you'll be able to sell your services. So AML, so they're trying to monetize the AML KYC identity verification process that happens. There's a lot of companies that are doing this, and they're not making any money from it. Once they verify you, that's it. That data is there, stuck. Maybe they decide to somehow sell it. I guess they could verify it that way. I'm sorry, I guess they can monetize it that way. And I guess this is another way, and I'm sure they are already. So this is an additional revenue stream for them potentially. Now, so people for doing that, these institutions can earn these Civic tokens. And then, so the validators will receive these CVC tokens when other participants utilize their identities, their proven identities, their identities have been validated. Users receive CVC tokens for providing their data more securely and privately through the ecosystem. So just doing the process, you can earn these tokens just as a user. And as a validator, you can earn tokens. So the goal is to reduce the overall cost of KYC, remove inefficiencies, enhance security and privacy, and security and privacy, and greatly improve user experience and disrupt current identity verification supply chain. Value chain, I would call it. I wouldn't call it a supply chain. That's it's a bit of an overreach. I don't think there's a supply chain here. But there is a value chain. So these are the terms to the sale. Again, do your own research, but the 1 billion tokens will be created. 33% will be kept by the company in green. Partner tokens, 33%, and crowd sale, 33%. And then 1% to cover the cost of the ICO. So partner tokens are for incentivizing people to participate in and getting them to participate. So I guess they'll be giving them some tokens. So yeah, BTC and ETH are the ones that will be accepted. So I mentioned the team. So Vinny Lingham, CEO. So he has a history. So we're going to get back into I'm not sure, Foman Saker, if you can use an Android version 5.1. You just got to see if the app is available for you to download on your device. If it's not, then you won't be able to use it. Borrow someone that's right next to you. Use, I guess that's an issue because of the identity. Yeah, it becomes an issue. So it would kind of limit, how many people could participate, right? Kind of sucks. Yeah. So anyway, I give the team an A+. Vinny has a history. Vinny has a history of doing things in the past. He created Gift, and Gift is a service that I have used that allows and then we sold it by First Data Corp and allowed people to use Bitcoins to purchase gift cards. I think you still can, but you don't get the huge discount that you used to get from it. You used to get a really good discount. It wasn't huge, but it was like 5%. It was pretty good. And Jonathan Smith, CTO, and you can read his details in banking. So the technical advisors, this is where it really gets interesting. Matt Rozak, co-founder of Block. Jeff Garzik, co-founder and CEO of Block. Juan Bennett, CEO of Protocol Labs and inventor of the IPF Interplanetary File System. We have Diego Gutierrez, co-founder at Risk. Anthony Delorio, CEO and founder at Jax, Decentral, and co-founder of Ethereum. And Jeffrey Paul, I'm not really sure who he is. But they got a pretty good team behind them. So they get an A+ on team. History of the team, A+. They've done things. They've got projects they've done in the past. Were successful. So once again. Strong leadership. Vinny is the leader, and he's a strong leader. I've seen him in many articles and giving his opinion, strong opinion about what he believes on things pertaining to the blockchain and the ecosystem and the direction things should go. So once again, he gets an A+ for that. New idea it is a new idea. I think I give it an A plus or maybe an A, in that this identity thing is not a new idea, but the way they're going about it with the app, the fact that the mobile app, I guess the ICO is kind of, the ICO is a separate thing, that way the actual ICO is going down versus the actual project. But the project is a new idea in that they're trying to monetize the validation and verification of identities. So that's new. And so I like that. The ICO has some unique properties in it in the way that they're doing their tiers of purchasing, and you must verify who you are before you get involved in the ICO. As far as I understand, if it's not like that, please someone explain in the comments below. Escrow of funds, they get a D for escrow of funds. They're not escrowing anything. So we see here, and I read it, I think it was either in the FAQ or I read it in the white paper, but nothing's being escrowed. Okay, so let me just see if I can find that. No, I'm sorry, I can't find it right now. Okay, so anyway, point is, they're not escrowing anything. So the founders are getting their tokens. Everybody's getting their pre-sale people getting their tokens. Pre-ICO, because they did a pre-ICO. And then there's no escrow. Everybody, once you get your tokens. They did say that it's going to be the terms. I actually wrote that down over here. Okay, they will deliver, the company will deliver the terms of service, is where I found that, will deliver the quantity of tokens to you purchased by 3 weeks after the end of the ICO. There's only one purchase per purchaser. You'll not be allowed to make more than one purchase during the crowd sale. You agree not to allow anyone to use your Civic app or your user credentials with any other person for the purpose of facilitating this. Purchase procedure, there will be tiers during the crowd sale. And that's so yes, everyone. So that's so yeah. So we're going back to grading it. They get a D for escrowing of funds because they're not escrowing any funds. Distribution, they get an A plus. They're doing well. You know what? I'm gonna redo that. I said A plus. The distribution during the ICO is pretty cool. But the distribution that they're going on, they're only selling 33% of the tokens. They're keeping 33% for themselves, and then they're going to offer 33% to their partners. So that is, you know, so it's only 300 million that's going to be available out of the billion. 600 million will then be basically controlled by the company. That is, I give them a C. And the timing, actually, I'll give him a C minus. And the timing, I would say, I give him also a C. I think it's too soon for this. And that's what I mean by timing. I think it's a great idea. I think it's something that's needed. But I think for mass adoption, they're going to need mass adoption. It's way too early. Maybe not too early for the ICO, but for the project. I didn't look at the roadmap. Let's look at the roadmap once again. Their timeline. See if I can find it, because I have a lot of tabs open and a key. Okay, so yeah, so not much on the timeline. Ecosystem development begins. So I mean, this will probably be big a year from now. And as I start working to have this in place, maybe a year. So it's going to take about a year, you know, I think, to expect any returns on your investment. So, so that's basically it, everybody. That's my opinion on the Civic ICO. And it's a very interesting, very novel. I think it'll be something useful, but not right now. And I don't like that they're locking up 600 million tokens and there's no ICO. I mean, there's no escrow on that. No, yeah, you need the app. You're going to need the app. You got to verify your identity. So you got to either do it with somebody that has a device. They say not to do it, but you know, that person, whoever does that, they're the ones that are going to get the tokens, and then you got to make sure you get them from them. So it's got to be like your wife, your sibling, you know, somebody you could trust. But that's the only way. The other way will be, these will be available on the exchanges. They'll be available on the exchanges, man. Just wait till they're on the exchanges and get it done. You might, you know, you might not get, you'll be able to buy as many as you want. There won't be any tiers, so you can always do that. And yeah, so that's my opinion on that, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's check our time. We're at 25 minutes. I got to cut this thing short. So 16 people watching. Thank you very much for everybody that's watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like the information I provided, please consider giving me a thumbs up or sharing it with folks. I really appreciate that. That lets me know that you like this kind of segment, this segment of ICO Watch. There's so many ICOs, so I'm going to be doing this regularly and maybe do updates as the ICOs do a completion. We'll be doing that also. So before I sign off, everyone, just waiting to see if anybody have any more questions. If not, we are out. And once again, follow me on Steemit, steemit.com/@SneakGeeks, SneakGeekz. I hear you that you don't have the Android, the proper Android. You're welcome, everybody. Yeah, it's a unique ICO. That's what I wanted to do. That. And yeah, if anybody's doing, I should mention Genesis Mining. Don't forget to do my code. Use my code. It's in the description. And what I'm doing, I'm giving you the option. I'll either use your code or I'm going to give you half of what I get from using your code. All right? That actually is a better deal. Because I was going to have someone use my code. I got $21. I actually didn't get the money yet. Waiting for it. As soon as it hits my wallet, that person opted in to get that split. I'm going to send them half of that, which will be 21, whatever that is, right? 1050, 75. And versus me using his code, he would have probably got $1 or $2 because I'm only going to do a small upgrade right now. I'm trying to stack my coins. Oh, by the way, in case I didn't say it, I'm not investing in this Civic ICO. I'm not doing it. I should have mentioned that in the beginning. I'm not invested in it. And one of the reasons I'm not is because I've invested in other ICOs. I've invested in mining, hardware, cloud mining, and other coins. So I need to now replenish my stack of coins because I like to have a certain amount of coins. And since I spent a lot, now I'm focusing on accumulating, and then I'll look at the landscape, see what's out there, and then might consider getting involved in some other ICOs and that sort of thing. So that's it, everybody. Peace out. See y'all later. Next video.